Patrice Johnson, good to have you back and on NORC discussions. You are with Michigan Fair Elections, the head of it. And I'll say one thing, the most important thing to our friends and members at NORC is fair, honest elections. And we really appreciate all you do to help ensure that. So welcome.
Well, thank you very much. The one thing that we have pointed out and that have pointed out to us often is that if we don't have our elections, fair elections, we don't have a voice because as citizens, we really only have one voice, and that is our vote. So thank you.
Well, we've had you on actually at NORC meetings before, and if anybody looks at our YouTube channel, they'll be able to find it. But now there's something that you feel is very urgent that I think would be good for everybody to become aware of. Why don't you tell us about what that is?
Oh, well, thanks, Matt. Yeah, a couple of years ago, when there was a Democrat majority, they passed it was called House Bill 4983, and it was passed to go into effect after 2 years. And it is coming into effect on June 30th of this year. A month from now, really, a month and a half from now. And the concerns that we have with 4983 there are a lot of concerns we have, but one of the concerns is that it will automatically register non-citizens to vote. And for them to get off the voter rolls, they have to prove they are non-citizens. So in other words, they would have to say, I'm a non-citizen, I'm I'm registered illegally, and basically, provide all the evidence so that they could be deported, which I don't think you're going to find too many people stepping forward to do that.
Well, maybe, I mean, this doesn't make sense to me. How does that automatically register non-citizens to vote? You mean they don't have to do anything? It's just done whether they do something or not?
Right. If you interact, according to this law, if you interact with the Department of Motor Vehicles, or they're also going to authorize other government agencies, any government agency that collects sufficient data will be allowed to register voters. So you'll be getting duplicate voters registered, obviously, because if somebody spells their name differently, sometimes they put their middle initial in, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're a junior, sometimes they're not. You could have people multiple registered and no one will be able to know. And it's already a problem because we have, I think it's around 106% is the number now compared of registered voters to voting age citizens in our state. So you have more registered voters than we have voting aged citizens.
I mean, that's nuts.
And it's just
Well,
going to, this is going to, this law will make it much, much worse. It'll just swamp the clerks. I don't know how they would possibly clean the voter rolls.
so you're saying that if a non-citizen has a driver's license, that would be enough to get them automatically registered to vote. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and then the law also stipulates that if they were registered by human error or mechanical error, machine error, that the individual will not be held accountable. So they're basically laying out the defense so that if a non-citizen is registered and if they vote, they could say there was a mechanical error or they were registered without their will or knowledge, and therefore they will not be held responsible.
This is crazy. So you're saying this is something that's already been passed into law and signed by the governor, correct?
Yes, yes, 2 years ago. Two
two
years
years
ago.
ago. It goes into effect in June 30th.
Right.
What can we do to stop this? Can we do a lawsuit? Is there anything that people watching this can take action and do?
Yes, they need to contact their legislators, contact their Congress people, let them know that this law is coming at Michigan, and there's nothing we can do to stop it until maybe there's an injunction or legislation is passed to nullify it, because it clearly runs counter to federal law. The federal law requires that you have to be a citizen. And actually, the Michigan Constitution requires that you have to be a citizen. This is a complete um, uh, violation of state and federal law.
Amazing. Now, in a previous NORC meeting, we saw that there is an effort to get a referendum on the next year's ballot that would require proof of citizenship to register to vote. So would that be a counterbalance to something like this?
It would be a counterbalance, except this law also says that once a government agency qualifies because it collects enough data, that it cannot cease to, it cannot be stopped from registering voters unless it no longer collects enough data to do that. So
Uh,
it's trying to make it a permanent, I think it was designed so that no matter what anybody does, these government agencies will automatically be registering voters, and there won't be any way to stop them from doing this.
so it's going to take legal action, possibly to get an injunction. Is there
Yes.
anybody collecting funds or anything? Is your organization involved with trying to get that legal action to stop this?
We have been trying to collect funds for this, but primarily we've been reaching out to the Department of Justice and we've been reaching out to our legislators as well as trying to alert other law firms, the political parties to the issue because it's like a train wreck coming at us with a very short window. So it'd be hard to even file a lawsuit and get it dealt with on our part this quickly. We need somebody in a real position of power to file for an injunction, I believe. So yes, I agree 100%, Matt. I think we need an injunction.
Well, Patrice, thank you so much for educating people about this. Obviously, the media doesn't say a word about this. It's kept quiet. Nobody knows about it. And that's one of the things I love about what Michigan Fair Elections are doing under your leadership to help make important stuff like this known to the public.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what we do. We're all volunteers. We have about 2,000, maybe 2,500 of us around the state, and they're working diligently to try to protect election integrity and defend voter rights. Thank you.
And you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And we'll try to get the word out on this. And hopefully, anybody watching this will share the link and
Oh,
try
thank
to
you.
get that word out.
And you can check our website. It's michiganfairelections.org, mifairelections.org.
Very good. Thank you so much, Patrice.
Thank you.